Since I'm wearing red today, I wanted to speak about that topic and the FLDS. When I was a teenager, it was announced in church by Rule and Jeffs that red was not to be worn because it was a sacred color. And his reasoning behind this was the passage in the New Testament saying how when the Savior comes again, his garments will be stained from treading the winepress. Personally, I disagreed with the color he said, because if you're wearing white and you're treading grapes, it's going to be purple or gray or some shade like that, maybe a little greenish, maybe a little puce, and not a bright red. But that was what the prophet said, so that was what we did. A few years later, when I was a little bit of an older teenager, I had the opportunity to hang out with one of Rule and Jeff's younger wives and also hang out with one of the older wives who was newer. And the younger wife explained to me that certain colors, certain patterns hurt Rule and Jeff's eyes. He wouldn't be able to look at them. He wouldn't be able to see them. I'd run into a few of the younger wives while I was at the fabric store buying cloth for dresses or whatever project I was working on, and some of Rule and Jeff's younger wives happened to come in, and I noticed that they were not actually buying fabric. They were just getting little 2-inch by 2-inch samples and leaving. So I asked the woman at the counter why they did that. She explained they had to check with Rule and Jeff's to see if it was a pattern that would give him a headache or not. And in my perspective, he declared red was a commandment of God and a holy color because certain patterns hurt his eyes. And I imagine looking out at the audience and seeing a splash of red here and a little bit of red there was irritating to his eyes, and that is the reason why the FLDS were forbidden to wear red. Now, some families were liberal with their interpretation of this, and if it was a dark maroon, it wasn't really red, so it was okay. And if there was a pattern that had tiny red flowers, the whole thing wasn't red, so it was okay. Other families went much more extreme, and you couldn't wear red, any shade of red, any particle of red, anything. And you couldn't even wear pink because pink was also a shade of red. So this happened a lot. The fathers interpreted what was said in church, and their family had to do what they were asked. And today I'm wearing red, so today I am a sinner.